Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. All right, so this one is a very controversial one. I'm going to be entirely honest with you. So, welcome back to Dragon Ball GEKISHIN SQUADRA, and we are working with Son Goku Mini, or some would like to say Daima Goku. The one that came at the very beginning of Daima when he first met these guys, and now he's kind of holding back a little. I think he holds back a little bit, kind of like in GT, where he doesn't really pull out Super Saiyan very often, so you only see it like one time, and it says his ultimate. But I get it. A lot of people are like, okay, this Goku's very weak. I don't like him. And I get why you say that, and it's because you're not using Goku with Goku moves. You're using Goku with friends who have Goku's best interest. So you're not exactly using Goku's moveset. But let me explain the way that his whole kit works and stuff like that so you guys can get a better understanding of how to play Daima Goku. Now, to play Daima Goku, you actually have to focus on your M1s. That's kind of like the main battle here. And that's actually what comes with his passive is Battle Gear. He has a self-strengthening ability where he gradually increases strike damage as he's doing damage. And he does even more to heroes that are a higher level than you. I think this is a very mid gimmick, I'm going to be entirely honest. Because, yes, Daima Goku is supposed to be like, he's taking on like the crazy big guys, and he's like, that dude's higher level than me, so I do more damage to him. And it's like, this isn't really working in a practical sense. Because if they're normally higher level than you, then they wipe the floor with you in this game. So it's like, he's not really that strong in that regard. But he has lots of really cool quirks that help him be that strong. And that actually has to do with the skills. Again, the rush attack gradually increases the length of his power pole too, so that's pretty cool. The range thing makes him incredibly good at clearing trash. So like killing NPCs and stuff like that. It's kind of like his bread and butter. He could level up quite quickly, especially with like Gohan by his side. All right. His first skill is Panzy Wasabi Bomb. Now, the Wasabi Bomb is honestly absolutely perfect. This should be the first skill you always pick up. It's very, very gimmicky, but it also does a lot of damage. So the Wasabi Bomb itself actually does continuous damage. Kind of like a corrosive, which is really, really nice. With this being the case, right? You could also do some things with this, such as if you throw it at your feet, it's going to explode. If you hit it, it's going to explode. If you throw it at a distance, it's going to have a timer. If you hit it with the second skill, which is the Lightning Bolt, it's going to do a crap ton of damage. You could also throw it like a puck, where you hit it at the very tip of your M1. You could hit it into the enemy, and that's pretty cool too. Besides that, though, I don't really think that it has really much service besides for clearing trash until you actually get like Glorio's Lightning Bolt. So you're going to be throwing out Wasabi Bombs as like your poke, doing a lot of damage with that, but you're mostly going to use this to level up as quickly as possible because it's really good at also dealing a lot of damage to bosses and other like mini bosses like that. But once you get the Lightning Bolt, throw out the Wasabi Bomb, and then you hit the Lightning Bolt on top of the Wasabi Bomb, it does way more damage. Like, way more damage. And these are the two skills you need to focus on first. So it's going to be Wasabi Bomb, and then leveling up Lightning Bolt next. With this, you're going to have to play a lot of stick and poke, because Goku's not exactly a frontwards fighter until you get his third skill. So this is the gimmick about his third skill. Oh, wait. Let's talk about, obviously, the second skill. Excuse me. This is my last video of the night, so I'm very tired. Glorio and his Lightning Bolt do multiple damage to anyone within the area of Goku's AoE, which is really cool because it's going to hit like 1, 2, 3, and every single time it just gets stronger and stronger. And it also strikes the Wasabi Bomb if it's in that same area. So you have them getting hit with lightning, then a Wasabi Bomb trigger with the lightning increase is going to enhance the heck out of it, doing thousands and thousands of damage. It's really, really good. Now, the thing that people tend to mess up here is using Goku's third skill. Now, Goku's third skill should be the last one you ever actually level up because it's going to do the exact same thing every single time. And the thing is, right? He sweeps around himself, doing little bitty baby damage to everyone around him. And I see people just spamming this, spamming. But do you really know what it does? What it does is it reduces the hit damage from whatever skill you're about to get hit with by half. And then also gives you a defense up in that same category. So you'll get energy up or strike up. So you could really block a lot of damage. Now, the only thing that this couldn't block, and I'm going to be entirely honest, is Kale. Kale is the only character that he could not block, honestly, because Kale strikes 3 times. So, once you waste your things, Kale hits you with that 4,000 damage strike. It's kind of over after that. And then, or if it's even stronger, then, it's going to be a real problem. But everything else is, relatively easy to block. So think of it like a parry. Your power pole dance is your parry that you can move in to start doing some real damage. But really, your real damage is going to be the Wasabi Bomb with the Lightning Bolt. So you're going to be using power pole dance mostly to play as a defensive while you're waiting for your cooldown for Wasabi Bomb into a Lightning Bolt. Keep in mind, Wasabi Bomb is going to have a much shorter cooldown, so you could probably get away with 2 or 3 Wasabi Bombs and then Lightning Bolt with the Wasabi Bomb. So it just depends on what you plan on doing and how you plan on playing, what you have to play around. He's really good at playing defense around the board, but he's very good at offense, especially when you catch the enemy off guard. You throw the Wasabi Bomb, and then you hit the Lightning Bolt, and there's a crap ton of people around. You do so much damage, it's ridiculous. Now, Swift Spark is quite interesting. It's just 2 dashes that do a lot of damage. I'm going to be entirely honest. The way that it works now, I don't think is intentional, because there's I think there's 2 ways that it works. One of them is it jumps into the person's face and you could hit them and stagger them, and then it just unleashes a barrage. And then there's the other one where if you land farther away, it does a momentary barrage around everyone around you, and then it also lets you jump one more time. But both let you jump one more time. So the way that I kind of use this, honestly, is just that final hurrah. If you're going to finish off somebody, or if you're going to play defensive, this is kind of your last best bet, because it makes you immune to all damage, which is kind of cool. And freaking the more damage taken while you're immune, the more damage dealt with the final explosion. So it's kind of Gohan's rush attack into a final explosion, final atonement. So you're going to be jumping inwards, and then you could jump again. And I've used this multiple times to kill multiple opponents at once. And honestly, it works really, really well. Now, let's talk about cards. So the build that I prefer using for Goku, obviously, really just depends on you. I like Snowball because that just lets me do a lot of damage with the Wasabi Bombs and stuff like that. But if you just want extra damage for the early game, then you could go into Lightning Swift early. Go for that additional damage with the Vanish Step. Then maybe go into Super Snowball towards the end of the match. And I think this is the only character I would constitute switching styles for, because he can't really hold his own. It's not very easy for him to hold his own. He's way too technical. He's way too tactical. But when he gets started, he gets started. Whenever he starts getting his buffs, he gets his buffs, and he does a lot of damage. And that's where I really like Prepare to Die, because I think Prepare to Die with the Lightning Bolt is just absolutely just mint. Because if you get them low enough, then trigger the Wasabi Bomb into the Glorio Lightning Bolt, boom, insta-kill. Doing 9,000 or beyond damage. It's insane, depending on the person. Obviously, I think Pursuer is definitely going to be the best one, because you're always going to be landing those 2 skills within 2 seconds, which is the Wasabi into a Lightning Bolt. And those 2 skills, if not, then you're also using your power pole to get close to them. So either way, you're still going to be triggering additional damage to the target while also catching up to them. Unless you want to play stick and poke and you want to play from a distance, I think defensive step is also the way to go here. Because let's say he doesn't have a lot of mobility that's going to keep him from dying. And he's only got 3 charges for his spinny attack. So it's he could defend himself about 3 times, but it only counts per strike. And then after that, if he's hit with a multi-attack, it's kind of over. So, you know what I mean? It's like you could go with a defensive strike, defensive step here. I really think it's really worth it, especially if you're going to dodge ultimates. It's going to really boost your survivability in the very end of the match. If you want to, like, if you think you're already winning, though, Pursuer's the way to go, because, like, Pursuer's going to allow you to get close to the enemy when they're trying to run away from you. Let's say they're under-leveled or stuff like that. Then this will definitely be the way to go. But honestly, I'm really seeing defensive step being the play, only because of the fact that defensive step, in my opinion, is really good for defending yourself from super attacks. So I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. This is my last one for the night. If you guys haven't seen like a video for your specific character, I suggest checking out the channel, because YouTube only lets me like ping you guys like 3 times, and then it just says I posted again, and it won't tell you what I posted. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. I'll see you guys later. Take it easy and peace.